Joining us, Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. So let's get this right from the start. I say we're in retreat. I think we've suffered an unmitigated defeat. I think we've been humiliated. And you say?
I say that you're absolutely right. And Stuart, if you were to put this in the context of 1936 to 1939, when the great Western powers, who had an avoidance of confrontation and any escalation, watched the German Nazi war machine under Adolf Hitler engage in the Spanish Civil War and test out the Stuka dive bomber tactics. They saw them take the industrial Rhineland. They annexed Austria. They took the Sudetenland. They took Czechoslovakia, and then they launched the Blitzkrieg. It is no different from what we're seeing today with Vladimir Putin taking the Crimea, the Ukraine, and now in the Middle East.
You're going a long way there, Alan. I mean, you're drawing a parallel with Hitler starting World War II 50, 60, 70 years ago. You want to go that far?
Yes, I do, because those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And if you cannot draw the parallels to some of the actions between Vladimir Putin and Adolf Hitler, if you cannot see the parallel between the Munich Accord between Chamberlain and Hitler and the Iranian nuclear agreement between the United States and Iran, then you are sticking your head in the sand. Russia has completely outmaneuvered us in the Middle East, and they have filled the void that was created by President Obama.
They did it contemptuously. And that's what I want to ask you about, because yesterday morning, I think it was, a three-star Russian general walks into an American embassy and delivers a note to the military attaché and says, get out of Syria, get your planes out, and you can demarche, I believe is the expression, just get out.
Yes.
That was a contemptuous order from the Russians to Americans, and get out. Now, you're a vet. You served in America's armed forces. What do our people in uniform, what do they think about being treated that way by a rival, if not an enemy?
Well, first of all, they've been set up and put in this position. When you think about this, Stuart, and I was in Iraq in 2003, with the complete withdrawal of our forces from Iraq, and I mean, now we have about 3,500 to 4,000. But what is a Russian general doing in Baghdad, Iraq? Why are there Iranian army officials in Baghdad, Iraq? Because the Iraqis are leaning toward who has the strength, and that being the Iranians and also Russia. So now Russia has come in and basically superseded the small contingent of American forces we have there, and now they're flying operations in Syria. And think about this whole thing about deconfliction. Over the Syrian airspace now, you have Russian, American, Turkish, and potentially Israeli fighter jets flying. That sets up a very horrific situation. And Sergei Lavrov said about 2 weeks ago, unintended incidents could occur in the airspace.
Colonel, I have to ask you this. Who would you like to see as Commander-in-Chief in the future? Who's your guy or lady?
Well, remember, you do have a lady that is also running on the GOP side. Yep. But right now, I think it's kind of early. You have to sit back and listen to these candidates, because they are dealing with an incredible situation that they will have to resolve coming in as president in January of 2017. So I think between the next couple of debates, October the 28th, and I believe another one in November, we will start to see who separates themselves as a commander-in-chief, because that's the most important position of the president of the United States of America.
Got it. Colonel Alan West, thanks very much for joining us, sir. Much obliged to you.
Thank you.